Welcome back, folks. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today I'm going to show you guys how to beat the Alpha Tech Cave and what you're going to need to beat it. This is going to be in two parts, just so you know. The first part is going to be about the Alpha Tech Cave itself. The second part is going to be the Overseer part of the fight. And I want this not to be a 20-minute guide. Hopefully you appreciate that, guys. And so let's get started. So as you can see right in the beginning, you can't actually bring your gigas in. You have to pot them and then throwing them out while you're there. You can't get them through the door. Now, I highly recommend doing this with 3 players. You can do it by yourself with 1 giga, but you're going to have to go slow, take your time, and do it that way. Another thing really quickly I want to add to the beginning of this, if your Rexes or whatever you're going to use for Rockwell, keep potted up, but anybody else can stay on them. We actually brought our Rexes through and it was kind of a pain in the butt. I definitely wouldn't do that. I would, knowing what I do now, you want to take and pot everything up that isn't ridden. And another good thing is if you have 3 people, 2 mate boosted gigas, the better saddles you're going to have, the better off you're going to be with a Yut behind them. The Yut does a few things. The Yut will get the Provovias out of the ground when it does its ally boost. And the mate boost definitely helps your damage and damage resistance, just to let you know. One thing too, when you're in the cave, if you do the backup technique, a lot of times on a giga you won't even get really hit a whole lot. A big thing about doing the Alpha Tech Cave and Rockwell is making sure you get through the Tech Cave as quick as you can. The reason being is so you have more time to fight. Rockwell, you're going to want to save at least 25 minutes just to be on the safe side. And in the Alpha Tech Cave, there's really not a lot that'll hold you up. There is going to be probably 2 gigas. Sometimes there's 1. You can either kite them into lava, or if you have the ability just to have your gigas, kill them. For example, 2 gigas that are 700 melee are going to make short work of this Tech Cave if that's their hatch stats before imprint. But for example, these guys, one of these is like a 700 hatch with imprint, and the green one is a 845 melee hatch with imprint with good saddles. Definitely wouldn't use primitive. Definitely want to have at least 90 or better. But that'll help you out for the Tech Cave. Just stay out of lava. There's some spots where it's really tough. And anytime you come to a area to turn, you're always going to want to go down, just to help you out. When you do get to the bottom of the cave, you won't be able to throw dinos out, so make sure that you pod up your giga because you can't use it in the boss fight, and then you run back up the hill where I'm going to show you here, because you can't use a cryopod here, as you can see, can't use here. And you're going to go to the top and then throw it out, as we'll see in this next clip right here. You throw it out here, then walk the Rexes off the cliff down to the bottom. I highly recommend when you're going to the Rockwell fight that you have a spare fur armor set, as it does get cold. But basically you just walk everything down this hallway and you'll be in a little area where you activate a terminal to teleport, and you will go over to the Rockwell arena. The Rockwell boss itself really isn't that tough. Once you're in there, you just go up to him and start the fight. I would recommend 19 Rexes and a Yut, like a lot of things in the game. Now, keep in mind, this isn't about how hard he is. For example, you 800 melee hatch Rexes on official will do the trick no problem, but that's an old stat. You can do it very easily with other ones, but it's more about chasing him around. He'll have a shield that looks on like that on him a lot of times, and you can't really do any damage to him. It's about keeping your Rexes on them by whistling just like that on it, and have the Rexes chase him around. When the shield comes down, he'll try to dismount you. As long as you don't move and you just wait for the timer to go down, you can get right back on. But if you try moving or anything like that, you probably get booted off the back of your Rex, so you can't get back on right away. Nothing in this will do a ton of damage to your dinos, especially if you have the stats I mentioned with decent saddles. I definitely recommend, like a lot of boss fights, 90 or better. But as you see here, I just stay on his back and I can get right back on him. Another thing is when he does the flares on you, you can actually get them laser deals. You can actually go behind the pillars, and the pillars will actually protect you. If you get dismounted, you can just get back on a dino or shoot the boss when the shield's down with a shotgun or a long neck. He will take 3 different forms. He will take all the different forms of the island bosses, and he'll have a health bar for each form that he's in, and then afterward you'll get his real health bar, as you can see there. He'll change multiple times until he's down to nothing. He doesn't do much damage. It's not a very tough fight. Honestly, none of this is really tough. It's about making sure you're efficient with your time. Having medical brews will help you out with the cold in here, but it's not really that big of an issue. Also, after the fight, guys, too, a lot of people have issues with the loading screen on official. It won't do the video clip to end it, showing you beat Rockwell. It'll go to a black screen a lot of times. If this happens to you, just wait a little bit. If it doesn't load the video, just go ahead and close out your game and re-enter the server that you were on, and it should give you a choice to download your character, and make sure you download it and spawn it a bed at your house. Hopefully this guide will help you out, and have a good one, guys. We'll see you next time.